Poly Training Journal Day 67, the unedited version, new calibration drill. Okay, so I've been working on calibration a lot this week. It's been really important to me because calibration is so important. I'm actually including a link to a video that Paul Ingram released this morning about calibration, and it makes the calibration drill easier. So even though I've been focusing on calibration all week, I've added this additional video training day of calibration. And the way that Paul explains it and walks through it makes it super, super easy to learn and practice. And I found that trying the way that Paul showed in his video this morning really helped me to better nail down my calibration in a way that it has seemed more challenging than necessary. So here we go with calibration again. I also wanted to point out two things. One, yesterday when I did my pull-ups, they were very challenging. I think it was the worst day since I've started doing pull-ups at the beginning of the week. Today, my pull-ups were stronger and better and more controlled than they've been the entire time. My point being, every single day that you practice a new skill or you practice a skill that you're trying to improve, you get better at it. And sometimes it feels like you're going backwards instead of forwards, but I promise you, you are still growing even when it feels like you're moving backwards. As you begin to develop and grow in your life and in your characteristic, in your conduct, sometimes it feels like the purging process to get rid of something that's unhealthy in your life is really difficult and you're going backwards. But this is the growth process. The growth process, unfortunately, can sometimes feel very painful and uncomfortable. But what it is it's not familiar. And when something is not familiar, it makes us feel uncomfortable until it becomes familiar and then it becomes comfortable. This morning, I started feeling way more comfortable with calibration. This is a combination of reasons. Some of the reasons why it's becoming comfortable is because I've been practicing calibration now for 67 plus days. Not daily necessarily, but it has been something that I have been aware of and that I know is important specifically in my Kali practice. How do you need to calibrate in your life? How can you apply the skills or the topic of calibration into an area in your life that feels like maybe it's a little off? Maybe your timing is off. Maybe your timing is behind. Maybe your timing is ahead. Maybe your timing is perfect. How can you apply the skills of calibration? Let me give you an example in my life. Calibration for me right now is preparing to give a speech to many women that are in an adverse situation. Here's how the calibration applies. As I prepare, I'm trying to make sure that I am in time. I'm trying to make sure that the message that I have to share is the right message based off of the need of these women. And based off of that need, how can I be right where I need to be with my message? Here's another example. I'm learning a new skill. I just recently this year transitioned from a 9-to-5 job into sales. And I'm really not a salesperson, but that's my technical title, is a salesperson. Calibration in sales is really important. You've got to know how to meet the customer's needs. You've got to be able to calibrate your message to what they are looking for and what they need to make sure that you can even help them or give them a product or service that's going to benefit them and their business. So I have to calibrate my words, my actions, my message who I'm reaching out to make sure that I am on point, to make sure that I'm not ahead of time, behind time, and really, really target on time. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.